All right, so Nelly has been all over the news because Nelly
Gotta
performed
hydrate for this conversation.
because Nelly performed at inauguration at the inauguration ball, and he's received backlash, and so Nelly has some things to say.
Nelly, shut up. He's also not the only person who did. Rick Ross was a part of the festivities. Snoop
So I'm
Dogg,
about to say, right, Rick
Soulja
Ross.
Boy.
Yep, you got the list. Good
They
job.
were all a part of the festivities. Unrelated to hip hop, Gavin DeGraw was. When I tell you, I won't reveal who this is. You can guess, and we can talk about it off pod. But when I tell you that someone very close to me, someone you know, someone very close to me, realized that Gavin DeGraw is the dude that sings, "I don't want to be anything but a." I don't remember words. Y'all know that's a little bit too. That's a little bit too white for me. But
I don't know what that is.
One Tree Hill, the guy who sang the theme song
Never watched it.
for One Tree Hill, that was the theme song. Though you've heard the song, even if you haven't seen One Tree Hill, you definitely heard that song. I don't wanna be anything better than what I've been trying to be lately.
I'm
I
not
don't know.
watching.
Listen, white soul. But
What?
the point is, someone very close to me,
Oh shit!
I guess, didn't like didn't realize that Gavin DeGraw was the person who sang that song. Once they discovered that, they were devastated that Gavin DeGraw was at the inauguration. That shit made
Ridiculous.
me laugh so hard. Anyway.
All right. Well, anyway, this is from the Guardian. It says here Nelly has defended his decision to perform at U.S. President Donald Trump's inauguration ball after a backlash. I thought it would just be backlash, but it says a backlash, saying, quote, "It's an honor for me to perform for the President of the United States, regardless of who is in office." Nah, I'm going to skip around. I feel like there's another quote.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, all right. He says, during a live stream conversation with a fellow rapper, Willie D, on Sunday, Nelly said he was, quote, not political or, quote, trying to tell anybody who they should vote for by agreeing to perform at the Trump event. Quote, "This is not me telling you, yo, you should vote for this candidate. I think you should do your homework and figure out what best helps you." Yes.
Oh, he said that in 2017, though, right?
No, this is him with Billy D recently.
Oh, I thought
Willie
that
D,
was a
excuse me.
20. I thought that part of it was a 2017 quote because it doesn't make sense to say that after a president has already been voted into office. You're literally going there because someone has been voted for already.
I'm just reading the quote. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Okay.
Um, this is not me telling you, yo, you should vote for this candidate. I think you should do your homework and figure out what best helps you and the people who you love and you provide for, because I'm clueless on a lot of things when it's when it gets down to it, he said. Quote, "But what I will say is that I respect the office. This isn't politics. The politics for me is over. Trump won. He's the president. He's the commander in chief of what I would like to say is the best country in the world. It is an honor for me to perform for the president of the United States, regardless of who is in office." Nelly said those criticizing him did not understand that he was performing out of respect for the presidency, adding, quote, "If President Biden would have asked me to perform, I would have performed. If Vice President Kamala Harris would have won and asked me to perform, I would have performed. I didn't know that you was riding with me because you thought I would ride for who you voted for. I didn't know that I had to agree with your political choices. If you follow what I do, this shouldn't even be an argument." Asked if he was a Trump supporter, Nelly replied, "I support the president of the United States, regardless who is in office. Regardless, I respect the office." In 2017, Nelly told Page Six that he didn't approve of Trump during his first term. Quote, you know, the thing about Donald Trump is that I liked Donald Trump. I did. I just don't like Donald Trump as my president. He said that. He said at the time, dude is a trip. Pre presidency, I was cool with Donald. Loved his hotels. I'm more or less mad at him because I can't stay at his hotel now. You didn't fuck that up.
Niggas.
Hey,
So,
you know what he said a long time ago.
what?
Bill Gates, Donald Trump, let me in.
Right, and there was a wave where rappers were referencing Donald Trump, but Donald Trump also wasn't in political office when they were doing that. So we're in a different space with Donald Trump at this point. His adjacent his intersection um with hip hop culture is not the same anymore. Um Before he was like this public figure, this wealthy guy who owned these cool hotels, and you know, he was, if you will, aspirational, right? Like there was no, there's a part of hip hop culture, maybe not for every artist, but there is a piece of hip hop culture that idolizes rich white men, and Donald Trump is one of those rich white men.
A lot of parts of hip hop.
I want to be, I don't want to generalize, and that's why I said
I mean, we could keep it real. Hip hop loves rich white men. I mean,
I agree. I agree. So Donald Trump falls under or fell under that umbrella. As I said, again, we are in a different space as Black people, Black culture, hip hop culture. There's a different. There's been a shift. He's not. He's not just the real estate guy anymore. He means something different, which is why I could respect Nelly saying, you know, I liked him before and I liked his hotels, as simple as that may sound. Um, but I don't like his politics or whatever. I can understand because we've drifted away from that era and we're in a different era. There's a different relationship between Donald Trump and Black Americans at this point. It is not the same. Um, well, I shouldn't say it's not the same. There are some people who still look at him as he's a wealthy white man, and now he's a wealthy white man in power, um, in the highest office in the land,
yep.
and that means something to people also. I'm not trying to go too far down the political rabbit hole, but what's wrong with Nelly? What's like? Here's my problem with Nelly.
Okay. Let me hear it.
I just feel like some of the shit sounds ignorant. Feel like
Like,
some of it sounds like an uninformed individual.
but that's my question. Nelly is not common. Nelly is not the Roots. Nelly is not Talib Kweli. Nelly is not Mos Def. Nelly is not Nas. Nelly's not J. Cole. Nelly's not Kendrick Lamar. Like, are we expecting Nelly to take a stance against something he does or does not believe in? That's my first
No,
question.
no, no.
So
I
isn't
think.
the onus on us for expecting more of a dude who his whole rap career told us he was about money?
Oh, let me back up. I don't expect more. I honestly don't expect more from any of the dudes that we listed that
But that's why.
performed at
Okay, go ahead.
these events. I think my frustration is that publicly Nelly sounds dumb. And if you are standing something, at least be informed about what you're saying. First of all, he's saying he's not politicizing it. It has nothing to do with politics. That is absolutely untrue with all the things that he has said surrounding what what he did. Also, he keeps saying something about how, oh, people in the military serve even though they don't like the president. So he
So
should be
I should
so
at
he
least be able
should
to perform
perform.
for them.
It is not your duty to perform at the inauguration. You just another you
Say it. Say it. Say it.
you just another nigga that they know needed a check and maybe a little bit more than a check.
Right.
That's it. That's it. And that's my frustration. Cause when was it Lil Wayne? I don't remember. Don't quote me on this. But I believe it was Lil Wayne who was like, he said he was gonna deal with my charge.
But he did. He got a 10-year bid taken away.
And you know what? I said, okay. And I moved on. And I didn't say anything else. But this whole, oh, I'm a military brat and I'm this and I'm that and it's not political and like lip service as far as I'm concerned. That's why it's annoying. Because it's lip service. It's also annoying because he's not the only one. Snoop is well documented as not being a Trump supporter. Well documented. Like the videos that people pulled in the last few days of all of the stuff that Snoop has said against Donald Trump. For us to be sitting here with these same niggas that just they're like, oh my gosh, guys, why are you guys confused? Why are you guys upset? What is the problem, guys? I don't understand. It's the president of the United States. Wouldn't you do it too? No.
But see, but that's what I'm saying.
And some of
Like,
us have integrity. I know what you're saying, and I totally understand what you're saying, and I agree with you. I agree with you. The simpletons are gonna be simple. That's it. That's the bottom line. That's where it starts and that's where it ends. But it's just annoying than stand in it. Then just be like, yeah, I changed my mind because it benefited me. Instead, you're walking around saying, oh my gosh, but it's such an honor to be invited. You know how many people have been invited and declined?
right.
The way he was raised. What does the way you were raised have to do with a bigot that you want to perform for? You're literally dancing around. You don't even need the blackface. You're literally dancing around like the Sandman. Like I don't understand. Like what the? I'm sorry.
Get your shit off.
You're literally dancing for him. Literally dancing for him.
Yeah.
Talk about what an honor it is. Black people, what did he say? And this is the thing that really pissed me off. Don't tell me about what black people agreed with and didn't agree with. Nigga. Like, I don't.
I love it.
For years, black people have had to work with people they didn't
Oh, that's what he
agree
said
with.
on the
When he
yeah.
said that shit, I was like, you're not at work with coworkers you don't like. You made a choice. Like, you had a choice. You are autonomous in this situation. Nobody made you. Your boss didn't make you do it. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? If you want to coon, go coon, but don't pretend that you're not doing it. I'm
And I
done.
think I think that's part of the difficulty with Snoop and Nelly. Like Rick Ross and Soldier Boy, whatever, man. Like it's disappointing, but what can you do with those two? I mean,
Checks.
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 And so, with Snoop, he did the crypto ball. Snoop is heavily in crypto. So that's people are giving him an out there. I feel like this is the problem today, right? Today, there's a lot of cameras, and people like to say stuff on camera, and then you got to walk it back when you change your mind. And I agree with you that if you change your mind, Just say you changed your mind.
Say it. You know
I
what?
would
I didn't
respect you
believe in his
more.
policies before, but I believe in them now. Something like whatever.
But just
What
keep
can
it
I do?
real. Yo, they offered me to help me get rid of my case. I got a pending case. They told me they would pay me and they would get rid of my case. All right, then, Nelly. Okay, no problem. You know? And Snoop, I, I know people probably not going to like what I'm about to say.
I think I know, and I think I was probably going to go there too. But go ahead.
Snoop only cares about the money, dog. Like, he don't care if the money's coming from Skechers, Martha Stewart, Food Network, ice cream, soda, Donald Trump, whatever, dog. Snoop just trying to get his paper. That's all he gives a fuck about.
I agree with that.
I
I just think
don't
the
think
weird.
I don't think today any of the men who performed in these events at these events are living and dying by fighting for the people. I mean, I don't think
No,
today any of these people we mentioned are fighting for the betterment of black people. And so that's why I gave a list, which I probably could have named more people, but what I'm saying is like these are not the rappers in the conscious community. These are not the rappers who
no,
are trying to uplift and educate our communities. So they're also not the rappers who are going to stand on principle because they don't do that. And so I think Snoop is the biggest conversation of these four, even though
hmm
Nelly's getting all of the news press. Because Snoop did make very specific comments, and so he looks bad. But Snoop chases the money, which is why Snoop should probably just shut the fuck up. If you're gonna chase the money, just chase the money. If you're just gonna
right,
chase the bag, then chase the bag, dog. Nobody's mad at you. But then you can't be
right.
calling people coons and other things that I'm not gonna repeat, and then go do the same stuff. And that's the problem.
Agreed. Like just do what you do then, and
Because
listen.
like Ross is not getting any criticism because Ross ain't say shit. And because what has Ross said his whole career? I'm getting money. I only care about
Right,
money. And Nelly has
right,
said the same thing, but Nelly's doing press. And so that's why we're here discussing it.
right. Nelly's doing press. Nelly wanted to double down on it. Because he was quoted saying something to the effect of, I wasn't scared of any backlash. I wasn't scared of anything anybody had to say about me doing this. All right, nigga, then come to the front of the line so we can have a conversation because again, I get it. You don't have to believe what I believe. I'm not even saying what I believe as I sit here. All I'm saying is this coming out and, oh my gosh, what are people upset about? Why are people mad at me? All I did, I'm a person of the people. It was an honor.
Come
You know
on,
why.
son.
You know why people are upset.
Where's
You
Ed
know
Lover?
why. You know, listen, the amount that has happened since they merely performed on Monday, the amount of things that have happened, right? Like, you know why. You know why it's so controversial. You know why people are talking about it. And no, it's not going to make me listen to an album if you put one out next month, just
I
so
don't
you
think
know.
Nelly got any albums coming.
I don't think he does either, but I'm just saying. Because that always be the other thing, right? Right? Like they come out of nowhere. They didn't have an album coming, but they'll come out of nowhere next month and be like, new music. Because
It's
people,
smart.
because
It's a
people
smart move.
actually wanted, because people actually wanted to talk about you last month.
It's a
We'll
smart
forget
move.
about you by June.
It's a smart move.
It is. It is. But still,
I need to start some
niggas.
controversy myself. Anyway, let's move on.